Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Just Cuz TV channel. We got the Week 7 picks, odds, spreads, survivor, all of that awesome NFL goodness coming at you this week. As always, I will be joined by the co-founder of the channel, Cousin Steve. What's up, man?
Hey, everybody. What up?
And as always, on our NFL videos, we're going to be joined by special guest, Dr. Wes. Where are you joining us today, man? Where are you at?
I am in Dexter's laboratory, Sister Anthony.
Oh, jeezle. Sister this week? I did just take my sisterhood test last week, so none incoming. Very awkward. Very awkward be there.
None.
Yeah, I didn't expect, what I was going to get into and all that stuff, but, I'm glad I took it. I failed, so we'll roll with sister for this week. As always, guys, before we get into it, all of the lines, spreads, and odds you will see on the show this week, they are brought to you by DK Sportsbook. So if you haven't yet, check them out. They always have fantastic odds. And without further ado, guys, are you ready? Ready to see what happened last week?
Let's get it on.
Ooh, good deal. All right. Starting off, Steve, the big winner last week with a big 9 wins.
All right.
Last week was so bizarre, I feel like. I don't really know what happened. I wish I could hide my score.
What is this NFL season, by the way? Like, no. What is happening?
I want to say that Civilian Jimmy challenged me again, and poor Civilian Jimmy only got 4 correct last week. What a shame.
Yeah.
So the Joe Burrow rookie card is still out there, people.
Does it carry over to this week, Dr. Wes?
It'll carry over because that was just a miserable performance. I shouldn't have won last week. It was only because I only had one challenger and he did piss poor. So we need some new challengers out there.
Yeah, so guys,
Civilian Jimmy needs to make himself right.
Yeah, we got a Joe Burrow rookie card up for grabs this week. So leave your picks down in the comments. And if you beat Dr. Wes and like the video, of course, you are eligible to win yourself a Joe Burrow rookie card. So get your hands on that. And Steve has now tied Dr. West yet again. We factored in the Tennessee win against Buffalo last week, so West did win week 5. Boo.
I told you.
And Steve rebounded with a big 9 this week in a week that was just bizarre, I feel like. I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe you can play a little bit of catch up this week.
I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of confidence this week.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
This is going to be a strange week, I feel like. So we have a new segment again. We started it last week. It's a couple things we want to touch on. One thing per person, just what we've seen, over the past season, over the past week, over the past 10 years, whatever it is, whatever you want it to be. Who wants to lead off? Who wants to go first this week?
I'll do it.
Wes going to lead off? What do you got
All
for
right.
us? It looks like you're going to think Kyle Allen is a big jabroni.
Kyle Allen, you're on notice. You're a jabroni. Listen, if you don't know the story of Kyle Allen, he left Texas A&M to go to the University of Houston in college, and he couldn't even keep the job at the University of Houston. So what did he do? He said, "Oh, I'm not even the starting quarterback here. I'm going to leave a year early to go to the NFL draft." Well, guess what? You didn't get drafted because you suck and you're a jabroni. And now they have replaced a first-round talent in Dwayne Haskins with Kyle Allen, and he sucks. So give Dwayne Haskins the ball. He has the potential. Kyle Allen's jabroni. That's all I got to say.
He's got going with Dwayne Haskins. All right, I'll go ahead. I'll save Steve for last. Steve's got a good one. I think after these past couple of weeks, the Vikings, man, they're 1-5. Who saw that coming? Meg Zimmer may not be on the hot seat yet, but he's on my hot seat. The man does not know how to coach offense. He doesn't understand how to do it. Like, you're up against the Seahawks. Kick a field goal, man. Kick a field goal. You win the game.
Yeah.
This past week, you're on the 1-yard line. 4th and 1. 4th and goal from the 1. You got Madison. Who do you give the ball to? Mike Boone, who's touched the ball 5 times in the past 2 years. What are you doing? Zimmer, get your head out of your ass. Get some wins, man. Come on. Let's go. You're on my hot seat. Steve, take us to a man who just, I can't.
What do you do with a dead horse? Apparently you beat it, because why does Adam Gase still have a job, right? The guy's 0-6. His next 3 games coming up are the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Patriots. That's 0-9 right there. Guaranteed. 100%. Lock it in. Adam Gase. I mean, the guy is 30-41 as a head coach anyway. So clearly he's not great. He had one 10-6 fluke season with the Dolphins where they got a wild card spot, but immediately lost in the playoffs. They've been outscored by 110 points this year. Lots of stats thrown at you for Adam Gase. If Dan Quinn and Bill O'Brien get fired, why does Adam Gase still have a job? Someone, do either of you have an answer to that? Because I certainly
that they
don't.
are tanking. They do not want to win, so keep the most incompetent coach at the helm.
That must be it.
This
Tank
is
for
next
Trevor.
level tanking. This is dumb tanking. This is just idiocy.
This is obvious tanking.
Yeah. This is so. Steve, correct me if I'm wrong. He has 30 wins, and 10 of them came in one season.
Correct.
He has
Oh
a
my
combined
God.
20 wins the next 4 seasons.
That
And
is-
that is his only winning season. He went 10-6, 6-10, 7-9, 7-9, and now he's 0-6. So he'll even be lucky to be 6-10 this year. They have to go 6-4 just to be 6-10.
So after they lose the next 3 games, they're gonna have to go 6-3.
Correct.
Yeah, this is a joke. Adam Gase, stop it. Stop it. Get out of here with your
Stop being a
garbage.
coach.
Exactly. You're like he should.
Yeah.
I don't know. If Mike Zimmer goes before Adam Gase, I'm boycotting the show. I'm doing it. I can't.
Right.
I can't do it. I just can't. Speaking of the Jets, let's go ahead and kick this off with the 1-5 New York Giants traveling to the 4-1 Philadelphia Eagles, and we kick off the first of 2 NFC East matchups this week, meaning this
NFC
division
East.
is going to. What'd I say?
No, you're good.
Oh,
You said
okay.
NFC East. It's NFC least.
Oh, NFC Least. Sorry, yeah. This division, they're actually going to pick up 2 wins this week, guys. Like
Mhm.
this
Big for them.
division right
Right.
now, it surprisingly has 4 teams in it, and they have a combined 5 wins. So this is a huge weekend for the playoffs for one of these teams. The Giants, they come off a 20-19 Snorefest win against the battered Washington Buckeyes, while Philly's offense has surprisingly really picked up these past 2 weeks in really close losses to the Steelers, where they lost 38-29, the big Chase Claypool game, and the Ravens, where they lost 30-28. Really, really close game. Steve, someone's got to win here. Who's it going to be?
You know, this game, I want to go with the Giants. I do, but seeing them barely squeak by the old Washingtons, and even though the Eagles are losing Zach Ertz and Miles Sanders for this next game, I just still think the Eagles at home. Give me the home team in this one. I wouldn't touch this game in any bets this week. No unders. Hell, at 43, I might even do the under at that rate, but the spread, I wouldn't touch it.
Shit, at this rate, I'd bet the push on this and see what odds I can get for that. They are going to score 43
22-21.
points. Yeah, it's going to be horrible. Dr. West, you have a tendency to disagree with Steve this year. You going to take the Giants?
That's true, and it's kind of pushing me that way because I feel like this is one of those games where it really could go either way. Both teams are atrocious. The thing working against the Eagles obviously is the injuries, and also they've had 2 hard-fought, NFC North games, AFC North games the past 2 weeks, so they might be beat down a little bit, but I'm not going to be cute and overthink it. I'm just going to take the better team, and the better team is the Eagles, so give me the Eagles.
Yeah, I totally agree. They are beaten down for real. Like, the injuries are mounting up, right? Miles Sanders, Zach Ertz, Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey. Is Dallas Goedert back this week? I saw something. I think he may be back this week. That could have been totally wrong. But get this, guys. Over the past 3 weeks, Philly, they beat the 49ers on the road. They played the Steelers tough on the road. And then they played the Ravens really well while they were at home. Like, it's just crazy. The Giants are bad. It's Philly here for me as well. And that will complete the sweep then. So we're going to start this week off with a loss on Thursday after the Giants steamroll the depleted Eagles.
Woo!
Yeah. And we'll roll right into our first Sunday game. We've got the 2-3 Detroit Lions traveling to the no longer winless Atlanta Falcons. They are 1-5 and home favorites by a field goal. The over/under set an astronomical 56.5 for these 2 offenses. But somehow, some way, the Falcons, they followed in the footsteps of the Texans. They win their first game after they fired Dan Quinn. They absolutely dismantled the Vikings last week, 40-23. Like, just insane. After the Vikings, they looked competent against the Seahawks in the week prior. Detroit, they finally managed to eclipse the 30-point total this past week in their win versus the Jaguars, who hasn't done that, though, so far this year. So, Dr. West, I think this game's going to be really fun with both teams appear to be, pointing up. They appear to be shooting for the stars here with good offenses. Who comes away with the victory?
I am torn on this one as well. I could see a scenario where Detroit just plays it slow and takes Adrian Peterson and DeAndre Swift and just runs it, and the Falcons can't stop them. Alternatively, it could just be that Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, and Calvin Ridley, they just score, make it a track meet, and Lions can't keep up. I think that I'll lean the Falcons because I think they're overall a better team, but that's with no great conviction.
It's hard to have conviction with either of these two teams, I feel like. And I know Steve's been a Matt Stafford guy so far this year. Are you going to disagree with Dr. West?
I will actually in this instance. It's again, I think I'm not super sold on the Lions for this win, but I think it could get in a shootout. I would definitely take the over on this if I was betting it. But I do like the Lions better. I feel like they've looked better than the Falcons. Plus Matt Patricia, he's on real thin ice. Like guys got to stack up some wins. I don't have confidence in him, but if he's going to do it against any team, this is the teams you got to beat. So I'll go with the Lions.
This game feels 40 to 30 shootout-y, so I'm excited for it to be like 21-17, something like that. I will say, so again, breaker of ties, that's kind of my role here, I feel like. Surprisingly, Dr. West, you're not on your own on this one.
Oh, my God.
This is what seems like a first in forever. Atlanta's offense looked like it finally clicked last week. I don't know if it was the absence of Dan Quinn or it was in remembrance of Dan Quinn. I'm not quite sure, but Julio, R.I.P. Dan Quinn, this game's for you, man. Julio finally went off. He had 8 catches for 137 yards, and get this, 2 touchdowns. Where those come from? The guy averages like 4 touchdowns a year, which is really strange. But maybe without Dan Quinn, Matt Ryan can finally be unleashed here. I do think Atlanta wins, and a really fun one at home. This game could be quick, guys. It could be, honestly, like 44-38. I would not be surprised. So looking forward to this one. We're leaving Steve out on his own, and we'll see what happens here. That takes us to, look at this game. Both of these teams come into this game 5-0. This is insane. The Pittsburgh is a 2-point road favorite at Tennessee. Over-under set at 51.5. I think that's a little high considering Pittsburgh's defense just held Cleveland to 7 points last week, but we'll get to that. This is arguably one of the best games of the week, I think. Pittsburgh, they did lose their star linebacker, Devin Bush. He tore his ACL last week. He's played every single snap so far this season. They thumped the Browns, was it 38-7, while Tennessee, they stayed hot with their 42-36 overtime win against the Texans, who should have won that game. I don't know if y'all watched that game. They should have won that game. Tennessee should have lost. They should be like 1-4 right now. I digress, though. Steve, which team do you see staying undefeated?
For me, it's the Steelers. Just because, just like what you mentioned, both of these teams, looking at their schedules, have played a lot of similar teams. But I feel like the Steelers have looked more confident in those wins, right? So they have a 7-point win against the Texans, a 5-point win against the Broncos, when, the Titans can barely squeak by those teams, and those teams are combined like 3-10 or whatever that is. So in this one, I hate to admit it, the Steelers look good this year. Bing Ben proved me wrong from what I said at the beginning of the year. I said that the Tommy John surgery, the elbow surgery, he's not going to be the same guy. He has come back strong. He's doing great. That team's doing great. I don't like that team. Being from the Cincinnati area, I never will, but I think they're the better team in this one.
Maybe he's finally over his porn affliction that he came into at the start of the year.
He found Jesus, not lotion, so he's way better.
He's finally found Jesus, and it's gotten him to a 5-0.
Football tape instead of porn.
I mean, that 38-7 game could be treated as porn in some countries, I feel like. That was just a beatdown. Like, it was ugly. Dr. West, you taking the Steelers as well?
No, I need to disagree with Steve again. I mean, I've picked the Titans every single week, and every single week they've taken me to 5 wins. So until somebody proves that they can slow down Derrick Henry, I'm just going to keep taking him because it keeps working. He had over 200 yards last week. I think Mike Vrabel has really kind of embraced. I mean, his offense has new wrinkles to it. They're doing a lot of screens and just finding ways to get Derrick Henry the ball in space. And I've been really impressed with him. So give me the Titans.
This is a fun one. Like, I mean, it may honestly not be that fun when we get here, For me, again, as the breaker of ties of the group, I feel like I do this for almost every single game. Despite the huge 42-16 win that the Titans had against the Bills last Tuesday, I'm still not convinced that Tennessee is 5-0. They don't look like they should be 5-0. Their other 4 wins are, they're against the Broncos, the Jags, the Vikes, and the Texans, who all have a combined 5 wins. So it's one of those things. Pittsburgh has looked really good. I just cannot see Tennessee getting to 6-0 and beating a 5-0 Steelers team. I can't do it. I think it's got to be the Steelers for me here. But I would not be surprised, honestly, the way the Titans are going this year if they kick 9 field goals and win this game.
Yeah.
Would not be surprised.
Maybe. Yeah.
It could literally be, 27-21 and they win the game off field goals. That could happen this game. Derrick Henry could still run for... Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Kicking 6 field goals wins games, doesn't it, Anthony?
You know what, Steve? I don't want to talk about that game. Unfortunately, that's not our next game where I'd bring up Denver. We're going to go to an AFC North showdown here, and we'll get to Denver here in just a little bit. Cleveland comes into this game 4-2. The Bengals still stay in stride for stride with the Eagles. They are 1-4-1. Cleveland, a 3.5-point road favorite here with an over-under set at 50. Cleveland, oh man. You lose one game by 30 points and the circus starts up again like it never left town, right? OBJ is over there without shoulder pads, without shoes on. He's fighting people in the sidelines, yelling at them. Stephen A. Smith is calling out OBJ and Landry that he wants them to be traded for some reason. Baker's got hurt ribs, quote unquote, and everyone hates him again. The man lost one game after he was 4-1. Meanwhile, the Bengals are out here blowing 21-0 leads to a 93-year-old quarterback that has 9 kids. This Ohio team, I don't understand. These Ohio teams, I apologize. This Battle of Ohio should be really interesting. Fireworks on the sideline, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Dr. West, who you got?
I would not be surprised if the Bengals pulled a sneaky and won this one, but I have to take the Browns. They're just the better, more well-rounded team. If their offense is actually working appropriately, they can put up a lot of points, and their defense has shown that they can hang tough. They obviously can all be a complete dumpster fire. This could be one of those games that's 17-14 because neither team is able to score. But again, I would not bet this because I think the Bengals could be a surprise, but I will take the Browns.
Steve, staying with the hometown Bengals?
I'm surprisingly 100% in agreement with Wes. I think the Bengals could sneak this out. The Bengals they're sneaky against the Browns. I'm pretty sure you probably look at the record over the past 10 years, they're probably 500 against the Browns. It's a toss-up, but at this point, I agree with what you said, Anthony. Baker Mayfield, well, I don't think he'll ever be a great quarterback 100%, like Stephen A. Smith said, which whoever listens to that guy, he just says shit to say shit. Just be like, oh no, we just give up on Baker Mayfield. Who are you, and why do you get national TV time? I don't understand. So, yeah, the guy's never going to be great, but the Browns don't need a great quarterback. They've got a good running game. They've got great, wide receivers who can catch the ball. They got a great defense. Just win by that. That's all you need to do. So I just think they're the better team. I think it's the Brownies.
It's almost like if the Browns don't score 40 points, this media uproar in Cleveland, you hear it all across the U.S. They're they didn't score 40 points this week. Sorry, Bernie. Yeah, they're offended when they don't win the game. They should be used to it by now. I can't with this stupid Browns team. I stupidly picked them against this elite Steelers defense, and they scored 7 effing points. I literally cannot pick them this week. This goes against all my morals. If it's Brown, flush it down. Give me the Bengals. They're Cleveland is a circus. It's starting up again. They could easily win this game, but the way you guys mentioned, you guys were in my head when I was thinking about this game. This is sneaky backdoor. It's a home game for the Bengals. Battle of Ohio. Bengals, not many distractions. You had the AJ Green thing. They actually had a really good game last week. I don't have his stats right here in front of me.
He had 8 catches for 96 yards.
Yeah,
on 11 targets.
He came back. Yeah, it's better than the 3 catches for 11 targets he had a couple weeks ago, I think. This offense will get there. It'll get there. I think Cleveland is a right the ship game at home here. Well, we'll see though. I don't know. This is gonna be a fun one. Battle of Ohio is always fun. I feel like there's a game a decade ago, maybe that was 55-48 or something like that. We may not see that, but I think this game could be fun. two good offenses, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. That's all I got. I have no idea.
31-28.
31-28. Browns.
Brownies.
Browns.
Browns.
On that note, that will take us to, we got an NFC South matchup here now. We got the surprisingly 3-3 Panthers traveling to the fresh off their bye New Orleans Saints. The Saints are a touchdown home favorite with an over-under set at 51 points. Guys, our Carolina sweep last week did not go so well after Chicago just like stifled them 23-16.
Jesus.
And then now
you're like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we all took the Panthers. Oh, bad.
And then we all get shit on.
Bad. Just bad. They now get to go up against a seemingly full-strength Saints offense who should finally get back a healthy Michael Thomas, who's back after his suspension and the bye week and all that good stuff. Robbie Anderson, he comes into this game second in the NFL in receiving yards with 566 guys, playing very, very well so far this year. So, Steve, could Carolina continue to feed Robbie and Mike Davis, or will Breeze and company have something to say about that?
I think Breeze and company will definitely have something to say about that. Like I said, fuck Carolina. Like the one time I'm like, you know what? Cool, I'm on the Carolina train. They lay a fucking egg. Like, what is this team? What is this NFL season? What is life? Like what? Just discombobulated by this fucking team. Like I'm pretty sure I'm like 1-5 on picking their games. Like it other than week 1 where they lost, I'm pretty sure I haven't picked one right since. So fuck that team. I'm never picking them again. Go Saints.
Go Saints. Yeah, their loss put the Bears at 5-1. What the like? Come on. God.
Also that.
God, Dr. West, you agree with Steve here?
Yeah, you put it on mine for Steve, but I agree.
Oh yeah, sorry. Good call.
I'm just gonna sell you Sean Payton off a bye. That's a dangerous thing for any opponent. So I know they haven't looked like the Saints of old, but they're gonna mess them up.
Oh yeah, Michael Thomas is back. Carolina, they are who we thought they were after they couldn't do anything against the Bears, who again aren't passing the eye test for me still. I just don't even know. Saints roll here. Michael Thomas, he got like in some Twitter beef, I feel like. I feel like he's angry. People are calling him out because he's been hurt and all that good stuff. This game, 38-10 Saints. Let's go. Not even a chance for Carolina here. But Teddy Bridgewater versus the Saints. He's got something here. He wants something out of this game.
Yeah.
He's got something to prove after he was replaced by Jameis Winston. So keep an eye on that. That is a motivation factor for him, I feel like. That could keep this game pretty close. We shall see, though. To a game that will not be very, very close whatsoever. The 4-2 Buffalo Bills, fresh off 2 straight losses, traveled to this. You know what? They're not even a football team. Just go away. Get off the screen. You're just not existent. You're absolutely horrible. 13-point road favorite are the Bills. Over under set at 46, meaning the Buffalo Bills are projected to score like 30-some-odd points already. Adam Gase, how are you still here? How are you here? I can't spend any more time on this game. Are we all taking the Bills?
Yes.
Yes, but I will say this is one of those classic like trap games of the NFL where, the Bills are coming off a short week. They could just be looking past the Jets because they're playing the Patriots next week, who are their main competition in their division. So this is one of those games where, weird things happen.
They're looking past the Jets because there's no one on the field that wants to play for them.
That's right. I mean, I would not be surprised if the Jets covered the 13.
Sure, I might take the spread, but I don't think there's any way after especially 2 straight losses that they don't come out just and absolutely shit on them. Like, the third week game that big college football programs have where you play some like no name team. That's what this is. This is a fucking tune-up game for the Patriots to beat on to make themselves feel better.
Yeah. The Jets, they may not even be able to have the ball this game. They're so bad. This is a joke. Literally a joke. I can't talk about an Adam Gase run team anymore. I can't do it. We're going to go ahead and move forward to the 2-4 Dallas Cowboys traveling to the 1-5 Washington Buckeyes, as we like to call them here. The Cowboys, 1.5-point road favorite against Washington. Only 1.5 points here, guys. Very close. Over under set at 47.5. My goodness, the Andy Dalton era here in Dallas did not start off very well, as they were utterly embarrassed on Monday Night Football by the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know if y'all watched the game. If y'all did out there, Andy Dalton looked like he had never thrown a pass in his life. He was missing so many easy passes, overthrowing, underthrowing, throwing it out of bounds. Everything was short, couldn't throw it deep. He finished with only 266 passing yards on 54 attempts. That is bad. That's less than 5 yards per attempt. Bad, bad, bad. Bengals fans might now be realizing that Dalton was not that great, but he could still be the best quarterback in this game, honestly. He's going up whoever the Washington Buckeyes decide to throw out there. Steve, in this second NFC East matchup, someone has to win again. Who's it going to be?
Yeah, someone's got to win. Being from Cincinnati, we now know. I've heard so many people say, "Well, Andy Dalton wasn't that bad. He needed a good offensive line." You literally put him behind the best offensive line in football, and what did he do? He still sucked on primetime, of all things.
Of course.
So, sorry, Wes, that Amari Cooper got me a garbage time touchdown to beat you in fantasy this week. My apologies, sort of.
Not really.
Not really, though.
Steve, do you see Word first and second in our home league? Do you see that?
We also play each other this week.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Little side note there. Little
Yeah.
fantasy side note
Yeah.
for everybody.
Family
Yeah,
action.
seeing you. There we go. Little incest for everyone here.
Ooh.
But back to the real football, I guess. Honestly, I don't trust the Cowboys. They're what is this? They're no one without Dak. They can't do it. For I think the first time all year, give me the Washingtons to win a game.
Oh, be still my heart. Oh my goodness. I made you
Wes
straight
has
here.
a owner.
Yeah, Dr. Wes. Steve, taking your pick. Are you going to side with Steve here with your Buckeyes?
No, because like I said, notice that Kyle Allen is on notice. He is a jabroni. They're pissing me off until they put the actual real quarterback on the field. I'm done with them. So give me the Dallas Cowboys, even though they suck ass.
I have a really cool stat for you guys. You ready for this? So,
Sure.
Dak Prescott still leads the NFL in pass yards this season, despite completely missing a game and a half. Like, that's the kind of pace that he was on in this offense. So when you see that and you watch all the plays that Andy Dalton was in for last week, you can really appreciate how well Dak was playing this year then. Like, Dalton could not do anything. I still think that Dalton can do more than anything that Washington trots out there at the quarterback position. Cowboys, but not in a fun one, not in a game that's going to be enjoyable to watch. I don't feel like there may be 12 completions in this game. Like, this is bad. This is real bad. But taking the Cowboys, leaving Steve, what doesn't seem like I leave Steve out on his own a whole lot here, but that's now twice this week, I think. I'm sorry, Steve.
That's okay. It's all right. It worked out for me last week.
It did. No, you're right. You're right. We'll see if we can be a little bit different on this one, maybe. We are going to the no longer undefeated Green Bay Packers. They are 4-1 after the loss to the Bucs last week, traveling to the 1-5 Houston Texans. Green Bay only a field goal favorite on the road here against Houston. Over under, second highest of the slate at 56. By the way, I called it last week. The Bucs, they took down the Packers, and they were utterly embarrassed, 38-10. While Houston, again, they just can't seem to find a W, even if it falls on them. They should have beat the still undefeated Titans after missing a 2-point conversion that would have put them up by 9 with less than 2 minutes to go. I do think this is going to be another really, really fun game for Houston. Dr. West, which offense do you see coming out on top?
I do think this will be a fun game. It'll probably be a shootout. I think the Houston coming off an overtime game last week and Aaron Rodgers getting absolutely embarrassed, the Packers are going to come out with more energy and they're going to come out with the win.
Steve, I know you're a big Packers guy this year. You side with Dr. West here?
I don't think there's much to say about this game. Unfortunately, I wish the Texans were better, but they're not, so it's the Pack.
I think the Packers right the ship here. The Titans put up 42 points on this Houston defense last week, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't think Rodgers is very happy after all the shit talk that Ndamukong Suh gave to him in that game last week. He treated him like garbage. I think Aaron Rodgers wants blood, and this week he's getting some Texans blood, and it's already been spilled many times this year. They're 1-5. I'm not giving up on the Texans overall. This just start to the year, man, has just what is this for the Texans?
It's a rough schedule.
Very rough this year for them. I should have looked at this schedule before I told you guys that I thought they were going to win the division. But I think this game could literally be 40-38. Again, Deshaun Watson, I think he's on a mission to not lose, but so is Aaron Rodgers after last week. 40-38. I'm taking the Packers in a really, really fun game shootout here. I want to watch this game. It's going to be good.
Yeah, insert gif of Deshaun Watson throwing his head back after losing a coin toss last week.
Yeah.
He knew his defense wasn't stopping him.
Yeah, like
Yep.
fuck.
Yep. All right, Titans have the ball. I'm gonna go back to the locker room now. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my shit off. Bye.
Yeah, pack it in. That will take us to, that was all the 1 p.m. games so far, guys. This is the first 4 p.m. game on Sunday. We've got the undefeated 5-0 Seattle Seahawks traveling to my 4-2 Arizona Cardinals. They righted the ship in a big way last week against the Cowboys. That game was fun to watch. Seahawks, they come in. Field goal, road favorite, Arizona the home dog. Again, big over-under here. These two defenses, guys, can't stop anybody. They couldn't stop catching a cold or anything like that. 56.5. Another week, right? Another huge NFC West matchup, it feels like. Arizona, they thumped the Cowboys 38-10 last week. And they got to keep pace with the Seahawks, right, who are now coming off a bye. Seattle, they are giving up 27 points a game. And Arizona could take advantage of that. They're averaging 28 points a game. So, Steve, I'm seeing fireworks in this game as well. Who are you taking?
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Like, this is going to be a great game to watch. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Both these quarterbacks, outstanding athletes, great quarterbacks, great offenses. Not much defense to be seen in this one, I don't think. But somebody's got to beat the Seahawks, right? Like, somebody's got to topple them. Somebody's got to do it. Might as well be Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. I'll take the Cardinals this week.
Taking the Cardinals. Wes, Seattle was your division pick at the start of the year. Are you going to still side with the Seahawks here?
Not only division, but the entire conference.
That's true.
You know, I've said this a few times today already. I would not be surprised if the Cardinals won this. Like, it's one of those games that, you know, a close divisional game. But the Seahawks are coming off a bye. I think they're the better rounded team. So give me the Seahawks and the MVP frontrunner, Russell Wilson.
MVP frontrunner versus Kyler Murray. Or should I say MVP frontrunner versus Russell Wilson? Let's see here.
Ooh.
What are we going to do? I've been riding them all year, guys. You know right where I'm going. I think I picked them every single week so far this year. It's working out pretty well for me. I think Arizona, they have the formula. Yes, they shut down Andy Dalton last week. Not much to write home about there. It didn't look very difficult. Seattle, their past 2 games, they've barely gotten by the Dolphins and the Vikings. Yes, they had a bye. They're rested up. They're on the road, though. They're at Arizona. Arizona may be coming off, thinking they're going to gain a little bit of momentum here. NFC West matchup is huge. Arizona has to win this game. They do win this game. They're going to win this game. I'm siding with Steve. Leaving West on his own. Let's go Arizona.
Well, congratulations. 48-13 Seattle's been to beat this game.
Easy win.
Let's go, baby.
Yep.
Good job, Anthony.
That takes us to a lot of divisional matchups this week, guys. These are good.
Mm-hmm.
The 5-1 Kansas City Chiefs taking on the 2-3, also known as Steve's Denver Broncos here. Kansas City a 9-point road favorite. The over/under set at 48. I'll tell you what, though, guys. I cannot figure out this Chiefs team for the life of me. Like, if you had told me that they'd give up 40 points to the Raiders at home, then they were going to travel to Buffalo the next week and hold them to 17, I would have laughed in your face. Like, I don't understand. They give up 40 to the Raiders and 17 to Josh Allen and the Bills. But here we are. Alas, here we are. I don't know. Denver is coming off what I would call a surprise win. I know Steve wouldn't against the Patriots last week, who won via field goals. But they now have won 2 games in a row after their 0-3 injury-riddled start. But they now get the reigning Super Bowl champions at home. So we'll lead off with Dr. West here. Dr. West, can Denver catch Kansas City on a down week?
Man, I would like to think so, and I would love picking underdogs, but I just don't see it happening. I think Kansas City's going to roll. They're just too good.
They've been getting by this year. Like, I know my big 3 last week was like, this team should not be 5-1 now, and they really shouldn't be, honestly. But that's, obviously, in my opinion, they are 5-1. Steve, your Denver Broncos here. Give it to us.
Yeah, man, they're getting hot at the right time. Drew Lock came back, had a decent game until the fourth quarter, but defense kind of bailed him out. So I'm cool with that. I think if this offense clicks, I think if they can start getting in the end zone instead of kicking field goals, which hallelujah for Brandon McManus. I heard someone call him the best kicker not named Justin Tucker in the NFL. I think that this divisional series, Denver's got to take one, right? Like at the beginning of the year, looking at the schedule, I figured this divisional series would go 1-1. So if they're going to win one, why not be at home? The Chiefs tend to seem to play to the competition that they're against. They barely, they lost to the Raiders, barely beat the Chargers. Why not take a L on the road to the Broncos at home, who are getting healthy, getting better every week. Vic Fangio has his team in the right headspace. I know they're my favorite team, but realistically, I think they got a shot. Give me the Broncos.
Steve, I thought about this game. I sat here and I was writing my notes out for this game. I was like, Denver's defense playing well, really shut down Cam Newton last week. I honestly,
100%.
I feel like, obviously I know Mahomes is better than Cam Newton is. I know this.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. As much as I don't want to pick the Chiefs, I don't want to. I don't want to, but I feel like I have to here. Not a slight against Denver. Denver, I want them to win this game. If you guys have seen me on the Chiefs the past 2 or 3 weeks, this is not a 5-1 team. They're just not. This is their up week for the yo-yo, though. Again, they only scored 27 points against the against the Bills last week. I think they score 38 here, and whoever they play against next week, they get the down week. They've really gone up and down in terms of points so far. This is the up week. I gotta go with the Chiefs, but I'm rooting for Denver, Steve. I'm rooting for Denver.
I don't blame you. I think it's a smart pick to take the Chiefs. But I just, like I said, I think with this team coming up, for the Broncos, I know I'm more informed on the Broncos than the other team, honestly, just because they're my favorite. So I know a lot more about, recoveries, injuries, who's coming back, seen more game tape and everything. So I think they can sneak one out. Like I said, I think they'll go 1-1 against them this year. And they have a hard time winning an Arrowhead even without everybody there. So if they're going to take it, they got to take it at home. So
yeah, this would be it, right? This puts them to 3-3. Kansas City would be at 5-2, keep pace with the Raiders. Chargers are dust. They're not good. This is good. This is big for the AFC West. This is big.
Yeah.
So
good divisional.
Rooting for Denver, picking Kansas City. I don't know what to do, but now we're gonna switch paces here to my hometown team here. The 3-3 San Francisco 49ers. They take on the under 500 Patriots. I myself am not used to seeing that very often. Don't like it very much, but they come into this game as field goal home favorites here with an over/under pretty low at 45. I feel like, but that sounds about right here. But just like Kansas City, this San Francisco team is destroying everything I thought I knew about this season of football. I don't understand what's going on. After back-to-back losses to the Eagles and the Dolphins, they come out and they basically shut down the Rams. They really did. It was 24-16, but that game was never that close. It really wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
They've lost Mostert again with another injury, so McKinnon's going to be taking over. Meanwhile, New England, they got Cam Newton back from the COVID list, and it appeared he may have still had some effects of COVID after an abysmal 17 of 25 for only 150 passing yards and 2 interceptions against that awesome Broncos defense. And what looks to be a pretty heavy defensive matchup, Steve. How do you see this game going?
This is a tough pick. Bill Belichick to go 2-4. That's a hard thing to look at and see, right? And like you said, the San Francisco 49ers, they're the definition of a yo-yo team. I know they've been decimated by injuries. But I think Garoppolo always has kind of a fire underneath him when he plays this team. He's like, hey,
former Patriot.
Right. Yeah. This could be his team right now. And if it is, there's no way this team is 2-3. They might be 5-0 or even 4-1 with Garoppolo, I think. But who knows? Even now, I'm still like, man, who do I pick? It's such a 50-50 shot. You know what? I'm gonna pick a lot of underdogs this week. I don't see the Patriots going 2-4, but why not? Give me the 49ers.
Taking the Niners, Dr. Wes. You also gonna take the Niners here? You're gonna take the Pats?
I am going to disagree with Steve. I take great pride in that I took the 49ers last week, and you guys acted like I was silly. But I think that, like you said, I mean, the Niners are traveling across the country. They are beaten up by injuries, and I think that Belichick's going to right the ship. So give me the Patriots.
Yeah, there's something about a Bill Belichick-led team that goes 2-4 that even has like Cam Newton at quarterback that I just can't fathom. I cannot picture it. Although I think this game could be 10-9. I really do. I don't see this game being a shootout by any means. I would stay away from anything related to this game if you're playing on DraftKings or anything like that. It's going to be an ugly game. San Francisco's, running backs are all hurt, but they have this good wide receiver core, whereas like New England's all about the run game, and San Francisco can shut down the run game. Both defenses are playing well. Offenses are stuck in the mud, I feel like. I'm obviously taking the Pats here. I don't have any confidence, but I can't see him going 2-4. I just can't do it.
Take the under.
Take the under. Yes. Everybody take the under in this game. Lock of the week? Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Under for this game.
Yeah, under 45. If you want to tease it up a little bit, maybe pair it with some other money line kind of game, you can do that kind of strategy. Under this game. Take the under. That will take us to our last Sunday afternoon game. We've got just two piss-ass teams in this last game. We've got the 1-5 Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to the 1-4 Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers, despite how bad they are a touchdown home favorite. Any other team, maybe the Jets, this would have been a little bit different, but over under 49.5. And a battle of the one-win teams, right? It's not surprising at all to see these teams with only one win. Jacksonville, they've lost 5 in a row. The Chargers, they've lost 4 in a row. Jacksonville's given up 30 points or more in 5 straight games while failing to score 16 in 3 of their last 4. While Justin Herbert, despite this horrible Anthony Lynn guy, I'm not even calling him a coach. He's just out there. Justin Herbert, he's played very well, and they are coming off a bye. Maybe they can right the ship here a little bit. Herbert did throw 4 touchdowns in that Monday night game against the Saints. So, Dr. West, can he do the same thing against the Jags?
Man, this is an ugly, ugly game. I made the mistake of taking the Jags last week, but again, I'm like tempted to do it. I for sure would take the Jags plus 7.5. But straight up, I think I would take the Chargers to squeak one out at home. But I mean, it's just both teams are just so bad, and they're both so poorly coached, and I have no interest in watching this game.
Yeah, Steve, I know you're a Chargers hater, being a Broncos fan. Give it to us.
Yeah, for sure. But the Jaguars look like a significantly worse team than this Chargers team. I know this Chargers team is hurt by a lot of injuries they had at the beginning of this year. But good guy Justin Herbert there. I like Herbert, not with the thunderbolt on his head, but just as a general guy. Seems like a good quarterback. He'll be a tough competition in the coming years, I think, in the AFC West. Hopefully Drew Lock can get it together. But I think this is the Chargers.
Yeah, Justin Herbert's, was it Rookie of the Year, I believe, odds? I think it's Rookie of the Year. He was 16-1, and now he's in a dead heat with Joe Burrow, despite not having any wins so far this year. That just goes to show how well he's been playing, honestly. And watching him, especially that game against the Saints, they come off a bye, but that game against the Saints, wow, man, like, he looked good. Yeah. He looked good with no Austin Eckler.
Really good.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. So, despite every fiber of my being saying that I cannot pick the Chargers, I have to do it because I literally will not put my name on anything that has the Jaguars on it. They're so bad. This is a Justin Herbert win. This is not an Anthony Lynn win. This is not a Chargers win. This is a Justin Herbert win. And they beat this horrible Jags team who, yet again, we say it every week, they are who we thought they were. They are who we thought they were. Yeah, not a good team. Chargers win here in our last Sunday afternoon game with the sweep. That takes us to our Sunday night game. We've got the Tampa Bay Bucks. They're 4-2. They are traveling, to the 3-2 Las Vegas Raiders coming off their bye. The Bucks, guys, they pulled off against the Packers last week. They won 38-10, while the Raiders are coming off a surprising Chiefs win, right? They put up 40 points against the Kansas City Chiefs to get to 3-2. This is a big one on Sunday night. So, Dr. West, who are you rolling with here?
All right, I think I have the Raiders figured out. They play bad against bad teams and good against good teams. They're coming off a bye against everything that I believe in. I'll take the Raiders at home against. I'm coming around on the Bucks. I know I picked them to win the division at the beginning of the year, but I've been talking trash about them all year. I do think they are a good team. So with my formula, that means that the Raiders are going to win.
Did you cook that up in that lab behind you, that formula?
Yes, this is Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, yes. Dexter's Laboratory of the Las Vegas Raiders. Well done. Steve, who you got?
Wes, you almost changed my mind here. Almost. But I agree with you. I think the Raiders, I think the storyline here, John Gruden returns to the team he won a Super Bowl with. He's out, he's out there to try to win. John Gruden has this Raiders team in a good headspace somehow. Just like he won that weird Super Bowl with that Buccaneers team. He's out here making the Raiders look great. I think the Bucs are a great team. I think they're coming around. I think Brady's getting comfortable. Gronk's coming back. But despite all that being said, I think this Raider team is good. And at home, might as well continue my run of underdogs. Give me the Raiders.
That is your week, Steve. This is a week of underdogs, man.
Yeah.
What is going on? Okay. I did it last week, and you know where I'm going. I'm doing it again. Let's go.
We know.
Give me my my Tampa Bay Buccaneers here. Gronk, he looked lively. He looked spry last week. Catching passes down the seam, a diving catch in the end zone for a touchdown. My dude's back. Make Gronk great again. We're almost at election time. We're going to make Gronk great again, and we're going to go with the Bucs. Let's go.
He looked like a former 24/7 champion.
He did, yeah, right. Wait, he's running around there. He's got to get away from everybody.
Right.
Can't lose that belt and get pinned, So I'm on the Bucs again by myself. You guys are weird. You guys are so weird.
You're welcome.
That will take us to God, every time I look at Chicago, I just keep adding wins to their freaking record. It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
They are now 5-1 on Monday Night Football, traveling to the recently defeated by the 49ers LA Rams. The spread, the Rams come in 5.5-point home favorites here with an over/under at 45.5. Chicago and Nick Foles, I can't with this team anymore. They just somehow still continue to win. It doesn't make any sense. They come off who they beat last week? Carolina. Jeez, Pete, I had notes for this game. They beat Carolina last week, 23-16. The Rams got embarrassed by the 49ers last week, and they couldn't do anything. Cooper Kupp looked like he never caught a ball before, dropping everything, running wrong routes. This game has like a messy feel written all over it. Steve, who you got?
Vegas clearly agrees with us, right? Because I don't think the Bears have been favored to win a game this year. That this team is not good, and they should not be 5-1. And I'm still on that train. Like, I just think the Rams are a better team. I think they're better coached. I just think they're better. The defenses are equivalent. Yeah, like the Bears have Khalil Mack, but the Rams have Aaron Donald. I just think the Rams quarterback is way better than the Bears quarterback at this point. So give me the Rams.
Yeah, Wes, I'm going to take the second spot here. I think Nick Foles, I'm starting to take you personally, man. I don't think you like me very much. You beat my
does not like Anthony.
Yeah, he beat my Patriots in the Super Bowl. Stupid BDN. Like, now he's 5-1. He took over Mitch Trubisky, who was actually 3-0 as a starter this year. Like, the team does not pass the eye test. Their defense is doing everything. This offense sucks. Matt Nagy. Isn't Matt Nagy an offensive guy? I almost think or positive that he is.
Supposedly he's an offensive genius.
Yeah, and he's bad.
I think he's in the same vein as like Sean McVay. I think he comes from that same like tree of coaches, does he not?
I believe so. Yeah, that sounds right. But like the man's supposed to be like this offensive genius, and he's got BDN throwing like 140 yards a game and winning games. Like, they look like garbage. They don't look very good, but they just. Dr. West, are you staying with us, or are you gonna make the Bears 6-1?
I don't know. I mean, the Rams have been sputtering here lately, but I just have to believe they're the better team. And like I've said every week, going East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. This is the first time they've stayed on the same coast all year.
Yeah.
After playing the 49ers last week, so I think that they get it back together here against a overrated Bears team.
Yeah, like imagine, Steve said it perfectly. Imagine being 5-1 and being like a 6-point underdog.
Yeah.
Like, right? Against a team that is really not fantastic either. The Rams, they've been okay. Like, they've done all right. They got this like running back carousel. You don't know who's going to come in on every drive. Like, they're testing out Cam Akers here, Darrell Henderson here. Like, you just don't know. The Bears, come on. It's just like the Titans against the Steelers. The Titans cannot get to 6-0, right? The Bears cannot get to 6-1. They just can't do it. We're taking the LA sweep here, so you know what that means, guys. Chicago
will win.
Bet Chicago money line. Take your free money and get out of here with that. For our last segment of the week, that takes us to Survivor, where I am about to have more red than green, which is quite embarrassing.
Woo!
It's kind of ridiculous. Steve has picked 5 in a row, which has been fantastic, except for that horrible Eagles loss the first week of the year. And then Wes, again, I will apologize every week to you, but technically it's your fault. You picked the Cardinals, and I wanted to pick them too, so unfortunately you lost there. Yeah. So for me, I'll kick us off this week. I think this is a really easy one. If you have this team still available, you have to do it. Like, this is an easy pick. If they are in your Survivor still, take the Bills. Don't overthink it. Week 7, take the Bills. Steve, who you got?
I'm right there with you, Bills.
Dr.
I'm
West?
not gonna let you guys take me down with the ship. So I'll take the Eagles versus the Giants.
Take it. Oh, so we will know
Ooh.
Thursday night then how
Yep.
Dr. West did in Survivor. Steve,
Not letting you guys drag me down.
that's totally fair. I can't wait for Buffalo to lose now. I'm sorry, Steve.
It's all right.
It's I feel like I picked with you a lot this week.
It's the Giants. Like they can't lose against the Giants or
No.
the Jets. They're so bad. They're barely a football team.
There's no way. Eagles are beat up though. They're very much beat up. But as we've seen this year, anybody can win any of these games. It seems like if Chicago can go 5-1, why can't the Jets beat Buffalo? Right?
Right.
Any final thoughts you guys have this week? Anything you're keeping an eye out for?
I don't think so. Not off the top of my head. I mean, I think that there's gonna. I am predicting there are going to be a lot of surprises this week. I think that Steve's probably right about the underdogs. I think there's going to be some upsets this week.
Agreed.
I don't know why. I don't know how the Dolphins are going 24-0 and making a change at quarterback, but they are. So shout out to Tua Tagovailoa for starting this week.
Yeah, on the bye week, announces the starter for next week. Congratulations to him, though, man. That's awesome. We knew it was coming, though, right? We knew it was coming.
Yeah, but why
but
now?
not off like multiple wins in a row.
Yeah,
right. Like, how are you gonna destroy 2 teams in a row? Have a bye week and change your quarterback. Maybe they think, well, if we're gonna do it, might as well do it in a bye week, give them an extra week of prep. Maybe that's their thought process. Sure, why not?
Draft pick is getting too bad.
Yeah, like they're literally coming off like they slaughtered the 49ers, right? And then they shut out the Jets. But let's throw Tua out there. Screw you, Ryan Fitzpatrick. How dare you lead us to more wins?
For sure.
How dare you guys? That'll about do it for this week, guys. Thank you for tuning in to our Week 7 picks, as usual. Leave a comment below with all of your picks. As a reminder, we've got that, Dr. West throwing the gauntlet down to all of y'all out there. Leave all those picks. Joe Burrow rookie card. You must also leave a like on the video. That's very, very important. Leave a like. Leave your picks in the comments. We love to see them. Also, please consider subscribing. Channel's been doing pretty well so far. Love to see it. Continue to grow with every single week. So appreciate the support so far, guys. And we will see you guys next week for our Week 8 picks.
Bye, guys.
Bring it on, brother.